Wake that ass up.
Early in the morning.
The Breakfast Club.
Morning, everybody. It's DJ MV, Angela Yee, Charlamagne the Guy. We are the Breakfast Club. We got a special guest in the building.
Yes, indeed.
Romeo Santos. Did I say that right?
No.
Yeah.
Is it sure?
Romeo
Santos.
How are you, sir?
How's it going, Playboy?
Listen, man, congratulations for being the first Latin artist to play MetLife Stadium.
Thank you.
Why was that such a big deal?
I mean, for Latinos, that's huge. You know, no one's ever done it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You know, I was gonna
Great
say,
answer.
Before we started, I was gonna.
We did so many stadiums. This is just another one on the list.
But yeah, I wanted to show you this because we did the face swap thing, and a lot of people say that I look just like you when I did my face
Who
swap.
said that?
He said that
All in the
herself.
comments. That's why they kept tagging him in it.
Really?
Yeah. What do you think?
You're way prettier than me.
No, look, as a guy, I would be you. You don't think so?
I see the resemblance. I see it.
I don't look alike. But now let's start from the beginning. You're from the Bronx.
Yes, sir.
Now, how did you get into the music industry?
I started at the age of 16.
Uh-huh.
I joined a church choir with my cousin, Henry. I was part of a group, Aventura.
Aventura. Everybody should have been in that group.
Nobody ever said that. Who is saying these things about y'all?
If you look in the comments, you can see they tagged him constantly.
Yes, absolutely.
So I really didn't. I started as a writer. I didn't ever think I had a voice. I still sometimes feel like, okay, like my voice is like whatever. But I started writing. I joined the church choir because I just seen some chicks. I liked them, and my cousin and I.
There
was
you
like,
go.
Yo.
It's all about the women.
Gosh.
Yeah.
Well, however you got to get in is how you get in.
So, you know, we started getting compliments like, hey, you know, you got a good voice. And I started taking it serious, you know, and then it's the one thing that I was good at. I was great at it. Everything that as a teenager I would love, I was very passionate about. I wasn't that great, like basketball. Like I loved basketball.
But you couldn't play?
Nah,
Okay.
I still can't.
What about baseball?
I sucked as well.
Okay.
So,
Why
you
say
know,
baseball? Because he's Dominican?
Yes.
All right, go ahead.
I used to draw. I thought I was. Am I allowed to curse here?
Go, do what you want. It's your world, Romeo.
I used to draw, and I thought I was the shit at that. And my cousin showed me some of his drawings, and I realized I sucked at that too.
Okay.
Although you could have got better if you kept at it.
I was decent, but not as great as I thought I was.
I think it's good to know your limitations.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
So no basketball, no baseball, no drawing.
That's right. So, you know, I just stick to music.
How'd you get into singing as opposed to being a rapper? Because it is the BX, the home of hip hop.
Yeah. My mother, you know, we grew up, my sister and I, we grew up listening to music, you know. You know, my mother would always play like Julio Iglesias, Jose. And, you know, I always had like this fascination, like who wrote the record? Who wrote that? That's why I started writing before singing, you know, and I used to write poems. I used to visualize me writing for other artists, and I couldn't get to those artists, and I ended up singing most of my songs.
Because even when it comes to Latin representation, like Fat Joe, Big Pun, you know, they did a lot of first coming out of the Bronx. So
Yeah.
I would, you know,
I'm a hip hop head though. I
Yeah.
love hip hop, you know, and
never flirted with the rap at all?
nah, I suck at that. I'm just a fan.
So it was a big break because I know Aventura kicked it went crazy, and so you just kid from the Bronx that all of a sudden now you're selling out arenas.
We struggled for a while. Like we were trying to make it like for a good 4 years. We were doing like small venues, like, you know, restaurants. And we recorded our first professional album, I'm gonna say 1998. It didn't function. So
Was it signed
That
to a
means it
label?
didn't sell, guys.
Yeah, no.
yeah. I was very disappointed. I didn't understand the concept of the music industry. So I figured like this album's great and we're gonna be popping within the next months or so, and that wasn't the case.
Did
so
you write most of the songs?
I write all my songs, produce and write.
For the group,
Even
too.
for the group?
Yeah. So we did. I was like kind of like upset, like, and I started recording on my own without the label's permission, and we put out 4 songs. We leaked the records. Amor de Madre, Enséñame a Olvidar, Todavía Me Amas, and Obsesión.
Okay.
And,
No
and
doubt.
that was
True,
the record
true.
that
Obsession is the one that went.
That took off, and then the group broke up. They said it wasn't because of you.
I wouldn't say it broke up. It was just like we just paused.
Everybody knew you was Beyonce, basically.
Nah.
And it was like, go solo. You're the Justin Timberlake of the group. Go.
Nah, everybody's talented in the group. You know, they got
Okay.
So why did y'all decide to not, to break up for that
Why did y'all
short period of
pause?
time? Yeah, why did y'all pause, as you would say?
like some of the guys had like their own plans. They kind of wanted to. I don't know if I'm wording this right, but they wanted to shine on their own. Which I respect that. And when I noticed that, I'm like, well, I gotta give also priority to my solo career. I had a lot of proposals, and I signed with Sony.
So you weren't even the first member of the group that wanted to go solo?
No, not at all.
Wow.
I really didn't have that ambition. Like, I used to write, produce, and the lead singer in the group, so I really didn't. I didn't have a reason to be a solo artist.
Right, you were
Y'all
still
had
popping.
some success though, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. So why would they even want to do solo stuff if y'all was having success as a group?
That's a great question, but you would need to ask them. I
I mean,
don't
that's
know.
what a lot of people do. They are in a group, and then everybody puts out solo projects, and you come back together as a group.
Why don't you ask let
And,
the artist?
I don't think that's a bad thing. It doesn't mean you want the group to.
Yeah,
break
yeah.
up.
I don't
he didn't
think it
agree
was
with
bad.
it. He just said you didn't necessarily agree with it.
I was like whatever about it. Like I didn't disagree. I didn't agree. I'm like, okay, I just rocked with it. And I'm glad it
Are y'all
went
still cool?
down
Yeah,
the
Are
way.
y'all still
right.
cool? Do y'all still speak?
Absolutely,
They
yeah.
performed
We
together.
just did a record together.
Immortal.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's one thing my nanny, when I say she loves you, has my kids rocking to you every day. She was like, ask about, are they going to do another album, a full album
everybody.
tour? So is that going to happen?
You never know, Playboy. You
Irma, he's talking to you.
had someone asked me maybe 5 years ago, would I do another song? I probably didn't have the answer. But look, we have a song, we have a video out. It
Are
was
they performing at the show?
maybe.
Yes. You're gonna bring them on stage to perform? You have to.
Could be.
How hard was it for you to come back together as a group? Because they fronted on you a little bit, then you blew up, and you know what I mean. You don't really necessarily need them at this point.
You know what's crazy? They didn't know what they were actually recording. I was very secretive about this project. And, I brought Lenny to the studio. He's the guitarist. And I was just guiding him like, listen, I want like an Aventura sound in this record. And he's like, okay. So he's giving me ideas, and same thing with the bass player, my cousin Henry. Once the record was done, I played them the song, and it was gonna be released maybe 3 weeks after. And I told them, this is what we're doing. And the reason why I didn't say anything is because I was afraid that, not because of malice, but just they would have probably the excitement. They would have told the wrong person. I didn't want no pillow talk, and then it got out.
Right.
And what I did was, I have a 3-month-old baby.
Congratulations.
Thank you. And I revealed to my fans, I put my baby's foot, and I put the album cover in the middle. And I said tonight I'm gonna be releasing an Aventura song. So everybody thought it was like an April Fool's. And I did apologize, and I did say at 9 p.m. I was just kidding, but the following day I released the video and the song.
Wow.
Why did you not put it out the same day?
Because I wanted to play with people. It was just like marketing.
You're trolling a little bit.
Yeah.
Now, is it difficult being from DR, going back home to DR? Because we hear so many crazy things going on in DR.
They're saying they need to build a wall around DR right now because of all the crazy stuff that's happening.
Yeah. I mean, well, just so you guys know, my mother's Puerto Rican, my dad is Dominican, and I was born and raised in the Bronx. But I do, sympathize with what's going on out there.
Is that your way of saying you really don't give a damn?
No.
He wants to represent for his Dominican and his Puerto Rican side. And
Nah. I mean,
represent.
Yeah, I represent. But I just feel like it's really fucked up what's happening out there. I just heard about the Big Papi situation.
Is that not crazy?
Very, very, very. But
for as much as Big Papi does for the DR and the representation that he provides?
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure he was just trying to go out there and have a good time like anyone else, but I hope he learns from this, and not just him, but anyone that's in that position. You're gonna be chilling out there. You should roll with more security.
How do you roll?
I don't really go out much.
Yeah, we don't see you in photos caught anywhere. He's Romeo Santos is here. We don't really see you.
They say you
out
don't
and
even do
about.
interviews.
Why is that?
I give interviews, but I just don't find that I should be giving interviews when there's nothing to talk about. I don't like to saturate, and I do go out, but I go out in New York City. Like, I do have my spots where, like, I can go and they treat me normal.
You got a lot of girls?
Nah.
He has one girlfriend.
You got one?
I mean, I don't talk about my
Listen,
personal
black
life.
men don't cheat. I can't speak for you Dominicans.
Nah,
He's half Dominican, half
Okay,
Puerto Rican.
or Latinos.
I know this is gonna sound mad corny and cliche, but I have millions of girlfriends, my fans.
Boo, nigga, boo.
That didn't
What is
work.
you talking about? What are you talking about?
I said it was gonna sound corny.
Do you still have to do that? Like, do you have to be the artist that's, I guess, wanted by all the fans? Like, they tell you don't talk about your relationships because then girls won't want you.
I mean, to be honest with you, like, I do it because I feel once you give the media or the fans a little bit, like, you can't complain when they want to know more.
Ooh,
Like, the
very
less
true.
you know, it's better in my opinion.
Yeah, you can't have your public life so open, and then when something comes out that you don't want to come out, you get mad.
And to be honest with you, it's not like I'm super secretive like that. Like, if you see me somewhere and I'm with my girl, I'm not gonna like, hey, hide, they can't see you and shit. But I'm not just gonna start talking about it, my personal
Gotcha.
life. 'Cause that's how it begins.
Do you still kiss girls on the mouth when you bring them on stage?
Absolutely.
Really? Can you still do that in the Me Too Time's Up era?
Well, they have to sign, some sort of
So
document.
explain it, because a lot
After
of
you
people,
kiss them?
people don't know. You
No,
kiss
no,
girls.
prior.
Okay, so you know who the girls are before you pull them out the crowd.
I don't know who they are. I personally don't, but my
Okay.
camp has them sign something.
Right.
So explain, because a lot of people don't know. So when you're on stage performing, you pull somebody out the stage or off the side of the stage, you bring them up and you kiss them in the mouth.
Yeah,
Tongue kissing.
girls, yeah.
Girls.
Yeah.
God damn, Romeo. Shocked you had to clear that one up.
No, because he said you.
He's had some rumors he wants to clarify.
No, but hold on.
Girls.
I do bring guys on stage so they could sing with me. Like, we have some records that like I bring out 3 dudes to sing like songs like Bella Sensual. That's a joint I got with Daddy Yankee and Nicky Jam. I have a song with Don Omar, so I bring dudes on stage to just.
Have any of the guys ever tried to get a kiss?
Nah. They don't do that.
Are you afraid of herpes?
Well, I'm not like. It's not with tongue. It's nothing nasty like that. Like,
Yeah.
It's like
It's a
taps.
smooch.
Yeah, it's like tap.
Anything ever went farther with any of them?
You mean on stage?
No, just later on.
Nah.
Backstage.
Nah.
Liar! I can tell he's lying.
Are you the one who picks them, or does like somebody from your team?
In most cases they choose them, and there's been moments where it's just very spontaneous, like organic. I'm like, hey, come on stage.
Have you ever said, nah, she's not cute enough?
No, I don't do that.
You got to check age, though. I'm sure that's what you got to check age.
Your team
yeah.
do that for you, though.
Yeah, that's important.
Now, is there really a beef between Dominicans and Puerto Ricans? Because, I mean, you got, your father's Dominican, your mother's Puerto Rican. Is there really a beef? Because he's Puerto Rican and he don't like you. Drum, he can't stand you. He was like, if Mark Anthony comes in here, then I'll show love. But he was like, I ain't showing no love to Romeo Santos. Bullshit! You said you don't give a fuck about. Because listen, every other Spanish person in here is excited to see you. He was like, fuck him. He's not Mark
He did
Anthony.
not say that.
He didn't say that.
Nah.
He didn't say that.
I respect that. Mark's my guy.
Is there a beef though? Is it?
Nah, I mean, I'm sure some people are ignorant in that sense, but in my family it's crazy because I grew up with 2 accents. Like my mother speaks straight up Puerto Rican and my dad sounds very Dominican. Obviously he's Dominican, but my mother never picked up the Dominican accent and vice versa. So in my house, like when my dad would come in, like you would hear me like literally, like I would be like, oye papi, ¿qué lo que? And then my mother, I would sound mad Puerto Rican, like, acho mami, yo no me voy a comer eso. And you would think, so when you hear me speaking to Puerto Ricans, I sound very Puerto Rican. When you hear me speaking to Dominicans, I sound very Dominican. If you don't know me, you would think I'm like, this dude is just acting. He's trying to be down. But I grew up speaking that way.
Code switching.
Yeah.
I'm just an ignorant person. It all sounds the same to me, to be honest with you. I don't know
Nah,
the difference.
it's actually very different.
What's the difference?
El acento, like, the accent, like, you can hear. Like, if you're around enough Dominicans, enough Puerto
He's not
Ricans,
enough. He's not
you
around
would
them enough.
notice.
Even
Gotcha.
the slang is different, right?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
What about white jeans all year round? Is that really a Dominican thing?
White what?
White jeans.
You mean pants?
Yeah, pants.
What, for what?
Just white. They like to wear white pants.
No.
That's not a
He
thing?
just made that shit up now.
Black people like fried
Nah,
chicken. Like, what you just gonna
I do tell you,
stereotype them like
I
that?
do tell you this. Dominicans, and I hope no one gets offended with this, but Dominicans, like men, they like to wear tight jeans. Yeah.
So do a lot of people nowadays. So everybody's wearing.
Nah. But Dominicans,
So do you wear extra tight jeans?
I used to. Yeah, and colorful shirts.
You don't now?
Well, no. Well, these aren't.
Those are
that
fitted.
tight. Yeah, but
It's cool though. You're a grown man. Wear your size.
but Dominican men, they tend to wear very tight jeans.
Now, you used to be signed with Rock Nation.
I was.
He was.
You was with Rock Nation at one time?
Yeah. I was
Now, what
with
happened
them
with
for a
Rock
while.
Nation? Because you're not with them no longer?
It was. I learned a lot at Rock Nation. I was there for about 2 years.
You were the CEO.
Yeah, the Latin division. Just it didn't work out, but it was a great learning experience for me.
Did you sign any artists? Because there's so many artists in the DR and PR.
We did. We signed Mozart, Farina. We signed a lot of artists. Yeah, Mozart actually, he's still there.
Did you ever get a feature with Jay-Z?
No, and I didn't ask for it.
Okay.
It was not like he dissed me or anything. I had an incredible experience, and this is something that to me was like an epic moment. I was there when he recorded 444. Am I pronouncing that right?
444.
Yeah, 444.
Yeah.
Unless you want to say it in Spanish.
No, and that's something that it was a surreal moment for me. Like I'm gonna speak about that to my grandkids. Like that was really special.
Oh, you was just in the studio with him?
Yeah, not for the whole recording, but
Yeah.
for like three days.
Why? Just because he?
He invited me.
Oh wow. So you think that he possibly wanted to work on some music, or he just?
I laid down on a few things, but it just didn't come out, But that moment to me was like, oh shit, like I'm really doing this. I'm really here.
Do you remember the records you laid for him?
I think it's the record that he put his daughter to rap.
Okay,
Yeah.
that was a bonus track actually.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, you understand why he took you off for his daughter.
Wow, he took you off and put Blue on. Dropping the clues bombs for Blue. All right? Blue watched Romeo on a feature and got the feature over you. Wow.
You've also worked with Drake. How did that come about?
When he put out this record, he said, Spanish girls love me like I'm Aventura. I said, okay. And I reached out and I wanted to do a bachata. And I'm going to say that it took me like 10 months to get that verse, but we made it happen and it's a great experience. He said he wanted to sing
In
Spanish. So I wrote a Spanish verse for him and it was a huge record. It was actually #1 for like 13 weeks on the Billboard charts.
Which one record was it?
Audio, the Latin Billboard chart.
Okay. And what is bachata? I always thought bachata was a dance. So, but you just said it's a genre of music?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. So it's more about love, It's nothing like, and it's a very basic 1, 2, 3 step. I always have difficulties explaining what bachata is, because it's just like soul music.
Now E! News said that growing up you were very shy and insecure at the beginning of your career. How did you work through that?
I started drinking, but I'm not now good now, but I started drinking to calm my nerves, and it made me a little looser. Then I started realizing like I don't want to depend on alcohol. I did that for about 3-4 years. And I was so shy that I wouldn't look at the crowd. Like I would sing and I would sing to my musicians.
Wow.
It was really bad.
Is this with Aventura or with your
Aventura.
Okay.
No, as a solo artist, like
You had to figure it out by then.
yeah. But it was I used to battle with that.
Was it like anxiety or something? What was it?
I was just shy. I was just, I was always afraid of someone booing me or, shit like that.
Was you like that as a kid too?
No, just on stage.
Okay.
Yeah.
So as soon as you started performing, you just
Yeah, like I just got
That's
better.
normal,
I got better, and then when you begin to get some sort of popularity, like you get more secure. You know, you get more confident.
So is it the acceptance of the crowd? Like once you realize that they actually like me and they like my music, it gave you more confidence?
You know, I think, and I'm not into like horoscope or nothing like that, but I hear like cancers, they overthink.
You a Cancer?
Yeah.
Me too, bro.
God.
What are you?
We overthink shit.
Yes, we do.
So I always was like, okay, if I speak, they're gonna think I'm saying something corny. They're gonna boo me, and this is the end of my career. So I prefer only singing.
Mm-hmm.
And Lenny, the guitarist, which was also the band director, as soon as the song was over, I wanted him to start right away, so I didn't have to speak.
Mm-hmm.
And he would just, like, yo, talk, motherfucker. Like, and like that to me was like, and even now, like, I'm better a performer than I am, like, when it comes to interviews or like when I'm on stage receiving an award. Like, I suck at that. Like, it's really difficult for me.
That's why most cancers speak their mind, though, because in order to avoid overthinking things, you just blurt out whatever it is the fuck you're thinking.
Yeah,
it gets
I
us in
could see
trouble,
that,
but
yeah.
what, you a June or July Cancer?
July 21st.
Oh, you damn near at the end.
What's that supposed to mean?
You just
Like
made it.
you just made Cancer, because Cancer's over on the 22nd of July.
That wasn't his choice, guy.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, I know.
That wasn't his choice.
So what is
I'm
your
June 29th.
Wasn't his choice.
what's your son's name?
Valentino.
Valentino.
And my firstborn, Alex.
Alex, how's fatherhood different for you now this second time around?
Whole different dynamic, you know. With my first kid, I was a kid having a kid. I was a coward, and I'm saying this because I've spoken about this before. With my first son, like, you know, I wasn't in a relationship at the time. You know, it was just something that happened.
You didn't
And
have a condom on.
well, I didn't mean that. I mean, like, we weren't in an actual relationship.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought you
But
meant like,
that too.
yeah.
And I was just a coward. I didn't want to, you know, how do you say, asumir la responsabilidad? Like, I just ran. Like, I was like,
What's that mean?
He didn't assume the
He didn't accept
responsibilities of
fatherhood.
being a
Yes.
dad.
Okay.
yes. And, you know, I have a great relationship now with Alex. You know, it's been great for over a decade. But,
Did you explain that to him ever? Like, listen,
well, he really, that's never come up because he didn't remember. Like, he doesn't, you know.
How old is he now?
He's 18.
18. Okay.
Yeah, so most of those, I'm gonna say, fucked up moments, he was a baby. You know, like we would have issues, like his mother and I, but you know, I man up. You know, when he was about 4 or 5.
what made you step up? Because a lot of women do have those issues, and they're like, how can I get him to be more responsible? But what made you step up?
My parents, especially my dad, like he would frequently tell me, "You're fucking up," and
Wow.
you know that made me really just get focused. And I don't want to sound like I'm the greatest dad in the world because, you know, like it's you have to be there for your kids in every sense of the word. And I'm so busy with my career that sometimes I try to balance both, and I end up always working more than spending time with my kids. But I'm a way better person today than I was years back.
Is he into music? Is he into music?
No, thank God.
No, he's not a singer. He doesn't
Thank
want to be a
God.
singer. He doesn't want to be in a band. What does he enjoy doing?
He plays ball.
He plays ball.
He's better than you.
He's
The dream
great.
that you couldn't do.
Yeah, he's great. He's great.
I think that's real though. Just the fact that you were aware enough to know, like, look, man, this is too much for me. But then when you finally matured, you're like, you know what? I got to be in my son's life.
Yeah, totally.
Now, coming from the Bronx, coming from Uptown, you know, I'm sure you did a lot of small spots and you were so seen. But now that you're doing these huge arenas in huge venues, do you feel like you might lose touch with the people that got you there? Because you don't really get to touch them and see them, per se?
That's a great question. But, you know, like, I try to stay around the same people that I began, you know, when I started this music industry 20 years ago. Like, I had the same camp. And I don't know, like I try to disconnect myself from the artist, you know, so I don't feel that way. And I actually prefer, like, I prefer performing small venues. You know, I do this, obviously I do these stadiums and these arenas, but, you know, I'm gonna say every 2 years, every 3 years, I do small venues, you know, and I love that. And that keeps me, you know, grounded. Like, it keeps me like, okay, this is important. I started and I always feel like this is a very unpredictable industry. So I'm not like the type of person that feels like I can never fail, like I'm gonna be on top forever. Like I don't think that way. If it were to happen, I'm obviously gonna feel some type of way.
You're having a great run though.
Yeah. It's been great.
What about acting? How do you feel about that? Because I know you've acted and dibbled and dabbled in that. Is that something you want to pursue more? And being that you get nervous, like you said, speaking and accepting awards, is it different for you when it's acting?
You in Furious 7, right?
Yeah, it was like only 30 seconds. But you know, I always say I'd rather have a small participation in a huge project than a huge participation in a small one. But I've been preparing myself because I definitely love acting, but I respect it's a different monster. It's not like I don't want to get into that just because I'm Romeo, you know, like I'm a successful Latin artist and I could do this. You know, you have to really prepare. And I have a few projects that might be coming out, you know, soon. I don't want to talk about it because I don't want to jinx it because I don't officially have the gig just yet, but I definitely love acting. I want to get into that.
You said your first child's 18.
Yes.
And the new one is 3 months.
Yes.
What did you do in between all of that time to prevent kids from happening?
I mean, I was just focused on my career. And
You was fucking though.
yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Plenty. Condoms.
Okay.
Yeah.
Was it hard to go back to condoms after not wearing them 18 years ago?
Well, you know, you also got to be around, have someone in your life that also uses protection.
Got you. So made you want to go raw 3 months ago? Or 12 months
It would
ago?
not have happened 3 months
12
ago.
months ago.
It didn't happen 3 months ago.
I felt-
relationship.
I felt it was time.
Hey,
So did she.
it's a great feeling, ain't it?
Beautiful.
When you know she's the one, you take the condom off.
So what about people do think that you're married? Is
No
that
one
something you
knows anything, to be honest with you. Like, people say a lot of things about me because I'm so private.
Yeah.
And, you know, some people think I'm gay.
Really?
Because
Yeah,
I'm
you've
so
addressed that.
because I'm so private.
Let me
And
Google that and see what comes up.
yeah.
Romeo Santos, gay.
So you're not married, you're just in a relationship.
Well, are you married?
No,
Yeah.
I'm not married.
You're not
People
married.
think you gay. It's like 7 articles in different languages.
They think
But
they say
all
a
spell
lot.
gay the right way.
the right way.
They say a lot of things
But
about
you've
me.
addressed that in your music as well, right?
Excuse me?
You've addressed those rumors in your music.
Yeah, I have.
So you're not gay?
Absolutely not.
Just because that's crazy to
That's
be so
stupid
private.
that they think you gay just because you don't talk about your love life.
Yeah, I mean,
They do the same to Charlamagne.
No, they don't. They think I'm gay because I say gay stuff. It's a difference.
Now, we've had Amara La Negra up here and Juju, and they've talked about how difficult it is for Afro-Latina women to be casted and not seeing women of a darker hue ever, you know, on the screen. Is that something that you're cognizant of as well when you think about casting and videos?
I do feel like, you know, dark-skinned Dominicans are beautiful, and we should see more of that, you know. And
Aren't dark-skinned Dominicans Haitians?
no, oh wow,
This guy, I can't wait for
No,
I can't wait to see your
no.
comments.
no,
That's what I always was told.
Who told you that?
They always say that.
Who's they?
They always say Haitians and Dominicans are the same. It's just Dominicans are light-skinned and Haitians are dark-skinned.
Nah,
That's not true?
absolutely
No.
not.
Oh, okay. Have you heard that before?
Hell no.
Oh, all right.
First time.
Well, bring in the Haitian and M-Easy. He'll tell you.
Bringing the Haitian and easy.
But yeah, so you do feel like there needs to be more representation.
Yeah, totally. Yeah, I mean, I've used some in some of my videos. Yeah.
All right.
But we appreciate you for joining
Well,
us.
thank you, Romeo.
Yeah, that was.
And
Listen,
when is your next show in New York?
September 21st, MetLife.
MetLife Stadium. MetLife holds 50,000, 42,000,
Almost 80.
80,000.
good Lord.
Goodness gracious. Well, go out and get a ticket. My nanny, Irma, will be there. I'm sure she'll be front and center. And she will probably bring the babies with her because they enjoy it. So thank you for joining us, man.
Yeah,
Thank you.
congratulations to you too on such a extensive career with all these
absolutely.
awards
Thank you.
and like just basically setting the record on for so many different things and
Thank
being
you.
the first in certain spaces and opening the door for other people.
Thank you
That's
so
important.
much.
As we all know, representation matters so much.
Thank you, guys.
All right. Romeo Santos. It's the Breakfast Club. Good morning.